Hello everyone, this is Jason. We're looking at how to use completed and square to solve a quadratic. So we're not getting everything on one side. We're not doing anything other than following the method for completing the square. So to complete the square, what I want to have is I want to have the x squared and the x term on the same side. So I'm going to add 8x to each side. And that's going to give me x squared minus 7x equals -5. Now you notice I left a space. That's intentional because I want to be able to fill in the complete the square part. Now to complete the square, we take b and we divide it by 2. And then we square it. Now you look, I'm not going to use decimals. I don't want to use decimals. The fractions are going to be much easier here for the next part. So please trust me when I tell you that the fractions are the way to go here. So I'm going to square that. And so that squared is going to be 49 over 2, which I have to add, 49 over 4, which I have to add to each side. Add there, and I add there. Now I know you're thinking, well, that doesn't look like that's all that easy, Mr. Rowe, but it really is going to be a lot easier if you do it like this. So once I get here, I'm going to simplify this side. That gives me x squared minus 7 halves. Let me rewrite that. Miswrote that. This is going to be x minus 7 halves squared. Again, that's the completing the square part. The complete the square is always x minus this number, or x using this sign with that number and then squared. So that's to complete the square. Now over here I need to simplify this. So I've got -5 over 1 plus 49 over 4. Okay, common denominator is 4. So this gives me -20 over 4 plus 49 over 4, which gives me positive 29 over 4. So now you see this is going to be a lot easier to deal with than the fractions. So now the next step to finish is to take a square root of each side. And so this will give me x minus 7 halves equal plus or negative, positive or negative, square root of 29 over 2. And so to finish this up, I'm just going to add 7 halves to each side. And that's going to give me my final answer of 7 halves plus or minus square root of 29 over 2. So that's the process for completing the squares. Please use the fractions, not the decimals. It's going to be a lot easier. And if you have questions about this as you're working, please let me know, and I'll get you some additional resources.